Hey, y'all, listen, welcome into the building, okay? It's Monday. Listen, the weekend went by so fast. But listen, guys, it's Monday, and you know what Monday means, right? Monday means we recap the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who? Last night, OMG is all I can say. We got some stuff to talk about. But before we get into the stuff that we got to talk about, y'all know what I got to do. I got to board this train, okay? And listen, don't nobody sneak on this train tonight, okay? Y'all love to sneak on the train. Don't be sneaking on the train. That's right. Drop your ticket number so we know what number you are on this train, okay? So everybody hit that like button. That's your ticket on this train, right? And you know what, Cat? Come on now. Come through for me, Cat. Y'all know what y'all got to do in that chat. Put a what? Choo choo! All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train and do our recap of RHOA, okay? The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm going to say this. It was called A Star is Reborn. Listen, you know, a lot of people was trying to come for Drew, but we're going to talk about it. Marlo was piping hot mad. Not quite sure why. You know, she just wants to do a performance, okay? And listen, and they trying to come for Kandi, but you can't come for an OG. No, you can't. Okay, she got this thing on lock. Okay, thank you everybody for hitting that like button and getting your ticket. We're going to get into this right now. Let me board this train. All right now. Hey, we're here.
Hey, Auntie Diva. Hey, beautiful people. Listen,
Hey.
y'all, tonight I am I don't want to use the word sober, but I'm not on medication, so I'm stable, y'all. I'm good. I'm not emotional. So we're gonna have a fun night tonight, y'all. We're gonna
We're gonna have a fun night. And boy, yeah, I gotta go back and find it. But thank you, Erin, because she dropped. Okay, I can't even talk. She dropped Roy Air's channel in the chat there. Roy Air is very close, y'all. Very close to 1,000 subscribers. Let's bless Roy Air. If you're not a subscriber, go over there and subscribe. And when I find it, I'll show it up on my screen. But
I'll put it in here, Auntie.
Okay, good. Put it in there. Okay, wonderful. So put it in there. We want to get Roy Air to his 1,000 subs. Okay. So thank you, everybody, and thank you for hitting that like button. All right, now, hey E.
Hey, Diva. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you're in the building. Thank you.
Of
Hey,
course.
Juanita.
Choo choo.
Choo
Hey,
choo.
hey, Diva. Choo
Hey,
choo, choo
thank you.
choo.
Hey, Radiance.
Hey Diva, hey Gray Trap, hey E.
Hey, Radiance.
I'm
Hey,
ready.
Emmanuel.
Hey Diva, I'm here on behalf of the
Who is
great,
this?
fabulous Marlo Hampton.
Who is
Oh,
that, Emmanuel? Who is that?
Boy,
he trying
stop.
to take the train off the track
Right
already.
here, it's so good to see you, bro.
Hey,
Hey, Harpo, who
Emmanuel,
that
thank
woman?
you.
We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, Harpo, who that woman? Okay. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Diva.
Hey,
How you
Dustin.
doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. All is well. All is well. Thank you, everybody. And listen, we're trying to get Roy Air to his 1,000 subs. Okay, so his link is in the chat there. All you got to do is click on it, and you will be able to subscribe. Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you for all
Aaron.
your help, Aaron. We really do appreciate it. So, you know what, guys? Let's get right into this while everybody's joining this train ride. We're recapping RHOA, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hey, Flip. Hey, Miss G. Hey, everybody. Hey, Fresh Strawberries. Hey, Jill's Chocolate Boutique. We're going to get into this, okay, guys? So, listen, Sheree, you know I like Sheree a lot. And let me tell you something. We got to give credit where credit is due. And I announce this probably every time I see her house. Chateau Sheree is everything.
Bad.
Everything, hands down. I don't care if it took a 10, 20, 30 years. That part, bow down.
One of
Chateau,
a kind. Yep.
hey, one of a kind, honey. From the outside to the inside, from the top to the bottom, okay? The walls, the chandeliers, everything. She did the darn thing with Chateau Sheree. But other than that, I got to talk to Sheree because I do not want her to be in any type of financial ruins. Every time we see her now, the chef is in the building. Now she done bought the chef for Martel. Now she just got Sonya and who came over to her house? Sonya and Marlo at the house, and she got the chef with the French toast. That food look good. I'm gonna have to look that lady up. She had the French toast and all this, and the salmon and all this other stuff. Sheree, give them some crackers and cheese and some wine and stop playing. Hold on to your points, girlfriend. Okay. So yeah, yeah, you said she did it with our dollars, but she by Sheen. Listen, I ain't buying nothing. I'm not buying no $300 workout outfit. Don't do that now, Chateau Thelma. Yeah, come on now. But get Chateau Thelma, Chateau Sheree. What is everything? Okay. So she got the chef over there, and Sonya and Marlo come over. Okay. And they talked about BravoCon. All of them had an amazing time at BravoCon. Sonya was felt good to be there, and they talked about how Mama Joyce is still being disrespectful to Todd. And I felt bad because you know what? Todd's daughter had to send him the clip saying, look, your mother-in-law, look at your mother-in-law still talking about you, still dogging you out. Okay. And Sonya talked about how her and Drew got into it at BravoCon. And she wasn't kind of feeling Drew after that situation because she was like, why is Drew always trying to come for me? Okay. And I think Drew, she's another one. She hasn't found her place yet. Drew is, she's all over the place. And this is what Drew's third season. We're going to need Drew to figure it out. I like Drew and she's going through a lot. But we're going to need Drew to figure this thing out. And then, Sheree talked about how Martel felt ambushed by the ladies, okay? He just wanted to come through, do a little scene on RHOA and mind his business and go to Ross' 40th birthday party. And, they pounced on him. And so she was telling, Marlo how, Martel just didn't feel good about that, okay? And then she also, Sheree talked about how Candiace stopped by her fulfillment center, her She by Sheree factory, and, they didn't come to a meeting of the mind, so to speak. So let's just, and then you know what, I'm going to add one more scene. So we'll talk about these two scenes together. Ralph took Drew to rock climbing. They're trying to, they're trying to, work out their marriage, so to speak. And I wish we didn't know what we already know, the fact that these two are in divorce court. Because if we didn't know that, I would be like, wow, they're really trying to work this thing out. So he took her to the rock climbing. And she almost broke every bone in her body. Okay.
Like always.
Don't do that to her. Yeah. She almost broke every bone in his body. And, she's talking about her singing career. And these couples have similar situations because Todd is complaining. Why do the non-breadwinners complain? I'm seeing this as a theme. Are y'all seeing this? So Todd was complaining that Kandi don't never help him. And now Ralph complaining that he can't help his wife because he got so much stuff to do. Don't do that, Ralph, because y'all was able to move into that house that y'all moved into because Drew came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and got y'all that check. So show her some respect and help her get her music back out there. Then Play-Doh out talking about that part, right? And then Play-Doh out talking about 30,000 streams isn't a lot. No, 30,000 streams for a chick who hasn't really had a music career and put a song out there, 30,000 streams is pretty impressive. It's a lot. Thank you, Dustin. It's a lot. It's pretty impressive. So we're gonna start. All right, E. You know what? Right out the door, I'm gonna start up there with you, E. What are your thoughts?
So I was hoping, we start at the bottom, but Sheree and Marlo got some nerve to talk about Mama Joyce, in my opinion, especially when Sheree is living in Mama Thelma's Chateau. And we just met Marlo's mama last season. And I'm not, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So let's move forward. But this scene was, in my opinion, 3-0 going on chicks who are sitting around talking about the girls who have everything going on. It was a tragedy. It was all about Candy's marriage, Drew extending an olive branch, and how Sheree wants Kenya to accept Martel. All three of them scams by Sheree. Sonia, the little engine that could, and Latoya Hutchinson. They're all late. They're all tired. And in the intro, because we got to see the, what do you call this thing? The opening credits, the taglines. And Sheree said she broke the internet. Well, how come we're not seeing that? Well, how come you're not talking about that when you invite the girls over? Where is the marketing strategy for spring and summer collections of 2023? This was filmed last year. It's already May. I haven't seen any new marketing campaigns. Have you all?
No.
The Sheen collection was last year. So where are the new models? Where are the new designs? Where are the vendors, the fabrics? Come on now, let's talk about expansion. Is it even a real business? I mean, Sheree runs this workout line like she's selling knockoffs out the trunk of her car. It reminds me of Jody and Baby Boy when he went to the hair salon to try and sell Jamaica Joy that lace necklace thing for $40. Like, come on, Sheree is selling $40 merchandise with $276 worth of price tags. And when it comes to Ralph and Drew, those two just don't match at all to me. I could be 1000% wrong, but Ralph does not strike me as someone who is in love. On episode 1, we gave Sheree the spinoff, Watch Me Date These Dumb Dudes, but it seems like Drew needs to be her co-star and they need to hit the road together. Sheree, you got some good company, boo. Drew is ditzy as hell. She's fake as hell. And I'm still on the fence if she is willingly this obtuse or if this ignorance is on accident. But for a second, let's just pretend, Drew is a dummy by mistake. When engaging with Ralph, Drew is a girly girl. We can see this on the screen. She strikes me as the type of woman who likes words of affirmation and quality time. Ralph does not speak those languages from what we see on television unless it has something to do with music. That's what gets Ralph excited. So I don't get Family Guy from Ralph unless it's something to do with money or music. He's so disconnected, and I can't wait to see what caused the divorce. So that's it for me.
I agree with you.
Thank you so much. So let me just say, I'm coming to you, Juanita, but before I come to you, I just want to add this, which I'm sure everyone has already seen. Maybe he's trying. Maybe Ralph is trying. Let's see.
Let me see how I'm looking on here.
This was amazing. Oh, I gotta bring the kids back. JoJo, he could definitely be doing this. Yeah. Now that I'm adding music on my plate, how do you feel about me going from being with the kids 100%, being a true housewife, back to my career?
That was always the plan from the beginning. Be like Ike and Tina.
Yo! Why would you say that, son? Yo, it's Jay-Z and Beyonce. You never use the word Ike. Matter of fact, people don't even name their kids Ike no more because of Ike. Yo, you messed up, son. You messed up and I'm mad at you. Matter of fact, go to timeout.
I mean,
what is this?
I mean, Diva,
it's some BS.
It's a BS. I'm not gonna say.
Hold on one second. Juanita, what are your thoughts?
Okay. First of all, the Three Musketeers. I should say Three Lost Musketeers, because none of them have the. Sanya is wishy-washy. Sheree is a wannabe. Marlo is a wannabe. They all three are in the same boat with nothing. And if Sheree don't watch it, we're gonna be reading about her in the headlines of being broke and selling Chateau Sheree. And as far as Ralph and Drew, I just don't know about that. I'm like E. I just don't feel like Ralph give her the credit that she's due. He's not he's not for her. It's almost like he's jealous when she try to, make a step forward. He don't want to see her come up. So
yeah, that's a shame, right?
Okay.
And Roy, I'm about to come to you, but hold on one second. Let's just see, in case any of y'all are interested, She by Sheree, the site is up. You can get a For the Culture tee for $82.
Girl, hush your mouth.
Okay, She Matters. I mean, I guess that sweater is not too bad. It's $35. How is this t-shirt? Oh no, I'm sorry. The She Matters is $99.
Girl, please.
Girl, she need to
So
go somewhere with that.
yeah. She got a duffel bag for $125. She got a yoga mat for $130. Namaste. I'm not getting on nobody's yoga mat for $130. I'll
Wait a
pass.
minute. Look at that duffel bag, Diva.
It's looking like a
Look at the material. Diva, you wouldn't even wear that. No, don't even do that. Look at how that
It's
is not good
125th Street. It's 125th Street. She needs to stop it.
She need to stop it. She got, you could book her. We could book Sheree. I don't know how much it costs to book Sheree. You can book her.
Somebody get Martel on the phone so we can get Sheree's booking fee.
Okay, get her booking fee. Okay, wait, she got collections. This is the collections. Okay.
She should be ashamed.
She really should.
Child, this stuff, it look raggedy on the site. That's the sad part about it. The site don't even make it look expensive. You know, sometimes there's cheap stuff and the pictures make it look so expensive. She got to upgrade this site a little bit, but you know what? I guess we can be happy because the site is actually up. Oh, there's a pair of joggers that's $182.
Yeah,
really?
they cost $2. The pictures that look great are the ones with Cairo. Cairo makes the clothing look like something people will wear, but it's still overpriced.
That is.
But none of this
sold out.
But none of this stuff was the stuff that she had on her fashion show, on her runway show. The things that she had on her runway show, if you look at it, I got Peacock, and I was able to look at it for like 2 or 3 different times. None of this stuff is on the website.
Well, this might be the newest stuff. We got a little lace in the joggers, but these you can't get this one no more. It's sold out. That's sold out. But I just wanted to let you know that She by Sheree is up and running. You can book her whatever you want. You could get gift cards. She by Sheree. She got a Who Gonna Check Me mug. Let's see how much this mug is. $18.
Well, who's going to take one for the team and enter their CC information on Sheree's website and see if they get something tangible in the mail within 5 to 7 business days?
Not I.
Y'all pass. You can get the book. She Can, She Will, She Did for $30. I'll pass on the book too.
I can go to Hobby Lobby and make that. Keep going. Let's see what else is there.
Now, listen, you and I both. Okay, the water bottle is $35. She by Sheree, $30. She got a lot of stuff that seems to be sold out. $72 for a bra top. I mean, come on, Sheree. And then this one, oh my goodness, it's lace all the way around. Sold out, $182. I shall pass. Who can walk around in the real world with their butt out?
How come she doesn't have a place on her site for reviews? Typically, even when you go to Fashion Nova or Macy's, there's a section where people can rate the product and leave reviews. Where are the reviews?
Go back down, Diva. It was right there. Go back down. Go back down.
Go down. Okay, let's go down.
You see where? Go back up. Go back up a little bit more. You see where it said? Go back up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Review.
Right there.
Oh. Okay. Let's click there.
Ooh.
I don't think nothing's there, is it?
They're turned off.
Nothing's there. Nothing's there. Oh! Y'all better tread lightly. No refunds. Exchange only policy.
Oh wow! Never heard that.
Yeah, no. Some stores do have that. You cannot get your money back, but you can exchange it.
That means it's cheap and it's not worth it.
Look at the copyright. That says 2022.
Yeah, listen, I ain't fooling with She by Sheree, but I just want y'all to know it's there. You can get yourself no returns, honey. You can exchange that thing only, okay? Roy Air is only 12 away from 1,000. Oh my God. Come on, people. Come through for Roy Air's World. If you're not a subscriber, go over there and subscribe. Thank you, Aaron. Amen. Okay. So that's She by Sheree. She by Sheree, people. Dustin, I think I'm up to, who is it? Radiance, because I think it's shuffled around. Radiance, did you speak? All right, I may have to pass Radiance. Dustin, you're up. Any comments?
That's really the conversation. I think that I wouldn't. No, move on.
Okay, sure. Roy, your thoughts?
Okay, I'm sorry. You know, my mind is a little foggy, so we talking about.
Well, when we opened up, Sheree was at her house. She had the chef there. And she was entertaining Marlo and Sonya, you know. And then we had Drew and Ralph went on
let's do one at a time. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Let me do one at a time because you know my mind. I lose it. So that hosting, it was just like. It was like the messy crew came together to plot their mess and get their mess going for this season. I mean, I do not see genuine friendships with Sheree and Sonya. It was giving, we're here to do our scene and to make our mess so that we can keep it going this season. Sheree and this website, it's still giving Shin.com. It's still giving me don't have no money. Who wants to walk around like that? Especially at not age shaming, but Sheree is a woman of a particular age, and just because you have the body to do something, don't mean that you should just do it. But she's doing what she got to do to have to pay her bills. So I get it. Like you said, I hope she not overextending herself, hiring this personal chef. We know Sheree don't like to pay people, so we'll see how that turned out at the end of the season. And then we went into Ralph and Drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
When Ralph opened up his mouth and said Ike and Tina, I almost fell out of my hospital bed, y'all. Because
I lost it.
I was just like, are you freaking kidding me right now, sir? Like, you still don't get it. The way he was bragging about the people, at BravoCon saying, gaslight me. Like, he loved that attention.
Yeah.
And I just feel so bad that Drew does not have the self-confidence to see that this man does not love you for who you are. This man is not supportive of you, because he wants to see you grow. It's about Ralph, and only Ralph, and whatever Ralph got to do for Ralph. And then for him to go on his Instagram page on today, or whatever day that was, and to make this mockery of a video, to make it seem like that he was ashamed of what you did. If you was really ashamed of what you did, you would have got up on the Instagram with your wife and publicly apologized for the comment that you made. How dare you compare y'all to Ike and Tina? That is not... That's the example that you set in for the boys that you are raised, the two boys and the daughter that you are raising. Their beautiful daughter came running in there, and he picked her up. It's just like, it's outrageous. It is completely ridiculous. And hopefully Drew actually sees the light this time, that this man ain't no good for her. He a no good son of a gun. In the words of Katherine Jackson, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. Get out of here.
Woo! Eat the cake, Edamac. Trent, you don't got the people in the uproar in the chat, but thank you for the super chat, okay? She has no refund policy because she's terrified of the karma from Neiman Marcus. She's owed them, okay? Trent, they're saying, Paige, I was trying to be respectful. And wait till Roy finish so I can read the super chat, okay? So Diva leaving Trent's picture up for 20 minutes on purpose, okay? Woo! Trent
Diva?
Body. Yes, Dustin.
Y'all being messy. Y'all being messy.
I'm gonna connect on my computer. My phone's going dead.
Yeah, sure. Did you want to say something, Dustin?
Yeah, I was going to. Hope you're getting better, earlier. Hope you're getting better. I've been praying for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah, I commented on your video, Diva, but yeah, I didn't know if you've seen it or not. But I commented on your video about prayers for Roy.
Oh yes, I did see it. Thank you so much for that. We thank everybody who has been praying for Roy. Much
Yes, thank y'all
appreciated.
so much. Thank you. I know I said it the other night. Sorry, Diva, not to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have been watching my content still, who've been liking my videos, who've been subscribing. You know, it's been a rough journey. And I want to give a shout out to my auntie Diva because y'all, even from New Jersey and I'm in North Carolina, auntie been taking care of me, y'all. She been keeping my spirits up. She been, you know, helping me with these people here. I mean, so I just want to say thank you, Auntie Diva, publicly to you. You know, I love you. And just thank you to each and every one of you. Your prayers have been felt. You know, I have my good days and I have my bad days, but I will not complain. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Roy. No problem. And yes, thank you to my mom, Patient Security. Okay, y'all hop in the train. Okay, 162 people watching and only 68 likes. Come on now, y'all. Hit that like button. Okay, Radiance, I did come to you. I don't know. Are you there now? Do you want to add to these two scenes? Or did I come to you? Go ahead.
So the whole fake date of going rock climbing, it was just subpar. That's some first date stuff, or you still get to know a person kind of phase. Drew got bad legs and bad ankles and bad feet. She don't need to be doing no rock climbing. She almost bust her behind the first time. And I just think Ralph did all that and let Drew win. I just feel like he's like gaslighting us. He did that fake video, like he so sorry. He let Drew win at the rock climbing. Like, I don't know if him and Drew are like planning this kind of thing, or like it's just him doing all this extra stuff. And I guess he's been seeing how he's been portrayed on TV, but they can't use nothing that you don't give them. So it is a true depiction of him. So I don't know if he's buying story time for Drew. I'm not sure, but I'm tired of hearing about them. And he is jealous of her and her singing career, and she shouldn't have put him on her album, period.
Yeah, it's messy. It's real messy. Leo, what are your thoughts?
I agree. It's also messy between Ralph and Drew. And I also feel like he really playing us to our faces, because I really think that we learned about the divorce after filming.
Yeah.
But I think that during filming, they were already at an agreement. And I think that little post that he did on Instagram, to me, is subliminal proof that whatever we all saying about him or whatever, the dude actually is skinning and grinning, because he act like he really know he is out of this marriage that he don't want to be in, and the only thing he got to do is complete filming. And that's what it's given to me. All the scenes, even this little stunt he did on Instagram, it all shows that whatever we are seeing in the public, something else has already been agreed to between Drew and Ralph is happy. Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but you know what? I felt like he was in their house. I felt like, you know what I mean? I couldn't picture him. They broke up. They're going through divorce, and he bought a whole new house. I felt like he was in their marital home when he filmed that video that he did for his Instagram.
Is Drew's name on that house? Because if I remember correctly,
they're in agreement. They are in agreement. As he can do that in the house if all the things that was filmed beforehand was all in agreement. Nobody, it ain't no robbery, okay? These people have already agreed. We're talking about the checks they get from housewives. They both gonna need that in the divorce. It's not like they got separate jobs that's making money. They have come to an agreement.
I see what you're saying. E, what was you going to say? Then Emmanuel, I'm coming to you.
Is Drew's name even on the house? Because when they got the house, I remember Drew wasn't even there when they moved in. Remember, Ralph picked that house out, and Drew wasn't even there for the
You
closing.
better say that, E. Say that.
He did. I forgot about that. He sure did.
I did too.
Ugh, this is nasty. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
So as far as the first scene, I think it should have been the 3 MVPs opening up the night, as it should. One thing you gotta admit about Sheree, whether y'all like her or not, Sheree's winning right now. She's in 2 networks back to back, Saturday night and Sunday night. So we've been seeing a lot of Sheree, and if you notice, we've been talking a lot about her this season. So she's definitely the MVP. As far as what happened in BravoCon, I mean, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't discuss it. I mean, that's what everybody else was discussing, that Mama Joyce was dragging Todd and all the panels and stuff. So to say that they shouldn't have said anything, I think it's kind of like we that's not like realistic, you know? And I got to give it to Marlo. She got 10 out of 10 with that read when she said, "The streets are talking and the streets is your mama." That was hilarious. And then as far as Drew and Ralph, I don't have too much to say because I'm still sticking by it that I think they're gonna get back together next season.
Yeah, I think they might be playing games with us.
Yeah.
Said Sheree and winning in the same sentence, it don't even sound right. Okay. Juanita, did I come to you already? Okay, Sebastian, you're up.
Okay, first of all, it's her tagline. It should have never said she by Sheree, she broke, more like she broke the internet. She should have removed the internet. It should have just been she by Sheree, she broke. Because you're very desperate to be having these price tags on here. Who are you, Sheree? You're a you're a nobody. You're a nobody. You've been fired 3 times or on Bravo, been hired again. You can never do something that is fully stable for you to do. You allow men to be very on to you and to other women by having this whole man here on this show. Second, we need to address this situation at hand. Sheree is giving very desperate this season. I don't understand what she has with Kandi that she's colluding with Marlo with. There is no reason for this. It is outrageous. It is disrespectful. It is someone who she needs to pick a fight with someone within her own tax bracket because clearly she's not there. Also, she should not be talking about mothers. Sheree should not be talking about mothers. Last time I checked, Sheree became a mother at a very young age. She should not be talking about mothers. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. But the thing is, you just got to have respect for mamas. If you had a child at a very young age, you have to respect Mama Joyce. You can't be disrespecting Mama Joyce and stuff like that. Marlo, we just saw your mama last season, as he said. We just saw your mama last season. Sanya, your mother just does too much on the show. She's trying to be another Mama Joyce. I'm sorry. She does too much. This is too much. I don't like this little tag team that they have there. It's the most dumbest thing I could see. Second, Drew will be getting back with Ralph. Listen, I already know this divorce was not even like a well-planned. It was not. I doubt that there was really a big thing that he did that caused this whole divorce. Because if he went to Tampa and spent 3 days there, that was already a red flag already. But she took him back, so I don't think nothing else that he could probably do would really actually cause this divorce. They're going to be back together next season. We're going to see about it, or they might even be back together by the reunion. We don't know.
True.
True. Marlo, I could care less. I'm gonna say this, and the chat's gonna rile up. I could care less that your nephew what was Cade.
Whoa! Don't do that.
I'm gonna say this. No. It's not that I could care less like that. I could care less because the thing is, she made it seem as if it happened at Candy's store. That's what she made it seem like. Right. And then until we started seeing more into the scene, she started talking about a whole bunch of things. Like,
Oh, are we talking about that scene yet?
No, we haven't got there yet.
Oh,
Sebastian.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. But we haven't got there yet.
And
So go ahead.
Drew, you can sing. Drew can sing. I was shocked. Drew can sing. That 30,000 whatever it is, streams. That's not that bad, Drew. That's not that bad. But you could do a little better. Come on, Drew. But you did do better than Candace though. But we're just being honest. So good job.
Okay. So in my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Oh Lord, now let me tell y'all something. First of all, we are not going to support Drew and that man getting back together. Okay, we're gonna let this sis go on about her business. Listen here. First of all, that man has abused her way too many times on national TV. Okay, I'm glad she out. She better stay out. Okay, I'm praying that her mama done put that praying spirit on her and she ain't never going back. Because I remember when that man told her, I should have fed you a Lunchable. And any man that could say that to their wife is not a good man. So no, I'm praying she stays away from him. As far as Sheree and winning, Sheree ain't won nothing a day in her life, okay? Sheree still beg, borrowing, and stealing everything she get her hands on. And to be honest, somebody said if you go to J.C. Penney's at the outlet in Atlanta, you can get the that sweatsuit she had on, a 3-piece set for $19.99. So if you're in Atlanta, that J.C. Penney's warehouse got it for $19.99. Y'all ain't got to pay $274 for it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we waited all of this time for She by Sheree and it's a flop. I hate to say that, but it is.
That was She by Shein.
Yeah, it's a whole flop. Just subscribe, Roya. I'm hoping you hit your 1,000 while we're on this live because I'm feeling like you did. Thank you for everybody for subscribing to Roya's channel. Much appreciated. So let's move on to this next scene. Okay. Kenya, they show I like the way they show these little snippets, okay? And they showed a snippet with Kenya, Kenya more hair care, and Kenya is about to do a little something with a band. And what I didn't like is why did she have to be so? Why did the scene have to be her being so mean to the staff? I'm just like, you know what? Y'all don't have anything better? Like you can't handle your business better and do this a little bit different way. So it was her yelling at Jason, the creator, whatever the case may be. Her daughter is a doll face. That little girl is just the most beautiful. She's so pretty. But can you do better? But anywho, Kandi, it was going to a game with Todd. They showed a quick little snippet scene with Kandi. And, Kandi is booked and busy. She was listing all of her activities as to where she was, what she had to do and everything she was working on, there with Don Juan. Okay. Ralph's cousin Courtney, they come over to Drew's house and she comes over with her baby daddy, so to speak, I guess we could say, right? She comes over with the baby daddy and, she has a 25-year-old daughter. What's the name? What Courtney is portraying on this TV and what Courtney has going on in real life, I think if Courtney would have gave us her real life and not try to just come there and go after Kandi, I think her character would be a little bit more interesting. Let me just share really quickly. Let's look a little bit into, let me see if I still have it up. So Courtney is a jewelry designer. This is her Instagram. First of all, there's much more to her, and she should have focused on that versus all of this other nonsense she's showing us. She's absolutely gorgeous, but I don't see that prettiness come through on this screen. This is her daughter who looks like her twin. I can't click in that picture because it's a lot of music going on with. But doesn't she look gorgeous here? And she reminds me of Tanya. Remember Tanya, Portia's friend that couldn't.
Oh, the dumb one.
It's Tanya time.
Tanya time, yes. She reminds me of her. This is absolutely gorgeous. Why isn't she showing us more of her versus just coming on trying to go after Kandi?
Because she
is. I'm gonna have to say
That's
this.
who she is.
People don't like usually using the word aggressive with Black women, but Courtney did come off aggressive. She is aggressive. That's what aggressive is. The way Courtney came on the show. That's what that.
No, people don't like People use the word aggressive when it comes to dark-skinned women. When it comes to light-skinned women, it's acceptable. Courtney can slither right on through.
But Courtney, absolutely gorgeous. She has this jewelry line. Why isn't she showing us more of that? Look at her.
I'm gonna
She's
tell
a
you what it is,
fashionista.
Auntie.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. She
Uh-huh.
got pretty girl syndrome. She thinks
Oh.
she's the pretty girl, and she thinks she can talk to anybody any old kind of way because she's pretty, and nobody's gonna stop her. So she's used to treating people any old kind of way, talking down to people, and most people take it. But guess what? Kandi said, "Not me. Ho, I will knock you down off your throne and let you know who I am." In the words of the other season, do not mess with the boss or you will get fired.
Could she even reach her?
She's acting like Giselle.
So wait, look at this is her and Sonya. I mean,
of course.
She's gorgeous. That's her and Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia! Wow.
Yeah, look, she's a beautiful woman. Why is she not showing us the better side of her? This is
She wanted to be messy. She thought she was gonna get a peach. That was her first. She thought she was gonna go get a peach. She thought she would have been a full-time housewife. That's why.
She's showing us who she truly is. Y'all just got to accept it. When somebody
Exactly.
shows you who they are the first time, believe them.
Believe.
But that was one incident. Let's give her some time. Maybe
she did it again this episode.
No, she did not. No, she did not.
Yeah, she did. She did a little bit. But I mean, look at this chick is beautiful. And she got her, look at her doing her own model of her jewelry. She has, why can't we see the jewelry situation? This is her daughter. Daughter is gorgeous. Look, she's a fashion chick. Now, well, I'm gonna show you one more thing, and then we're going to continue on. But I'm just saying, how are you going to be a brand manager? If everybody could just mute so we won't hear the background noise. Let me just show one more thing here. She has her own company. Why is this girl is called C&D, is creating and doing the work from within, but the C&D also stands for her name, Courtney, and her partner, Dina. Why is she destroying her brand on RHOA? Let's listen to this for a quick second.
And Director of Operations for C&D, the agency.
I'm Courtney Rhodes, and I'm co-founder and Director of Marketing and Branding for C&D, the agency.
C&D, the agency, is an all-women-led management agency specializing in business and entertainment.
C&D stands for Courtney and Dina, but it also stands for creating and doing the work from within.
Our services include 5 main management pillars: project management.
So I can't play too much because I don't want to get dinged for it. But I mean, this chick, come on.
She'll copyright you, Diva. So yeah, don't play it.
Yeah. So I mean, and she has a female. Let me see if I could get to the female. She has a female a team, all female team. I mean, why is she showing us this stupid shenanigans going at the Kandi, and she has something bigger? She is the co-founder and director of marketing and media relations. This is her partner, Dina. And these are all the beautiful, amazing women that she has hired.
Well, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? Why are we seeing the shenanigans and not this?
Well, she is Ralph's cousin, so that's all we need to know about her.
Oh, darn. All right. So they come over and Kandi gets pissed, and I would have got pissed too. Kandi gets pissed because Drew calls her when this Courtney is over there talking about say hi to the family. Now, come on, Drew, you being messy. Okay, you bringing the mess, Drew. You heard that Ralph already told you that Kandi got into it with Courtney, and now you want to call Kandi, inviting her to your sing-along, okay? And telling her to say hi to Courtney. Now, you knew you was being messy, okay? So let's get to this sing-along really quick. Everybody's there except Sheree. Okay, everybody's there except Sheree. Sheree said she wasn't feeling well. And Drew, was practicing la 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 with her throat for her 43 seconds. And I'm not mad at Drew because you got to ease your way into these things. And you know what, Candace? Thank you, Candace, for the sisterhood and allowing Drew up on the stage. Now I know Drew only had 40-something seconds, but you know what? She got the 40-something seconds. So give it up to Drew. And Drew has a voice on her. And you know what? Ralph, he goes in and out of being a good husband. Okay, because he gave her flowers for her 43 seconds. We gotta give credit where credit is due. He gave her flowers for her 43 seconds, and he congratulated her. And then we got this darn Courtney. What is wrong with Courtney? You gotta stop coming for Kandi. Kandi had to address her and say, let me tell you something, chick. I heard you said I was ghetto, and I brought the ghetto, and now she want to backtrack. She want to put her train in reverse, talking about, oh, no, I like the ghetto. I'm from the ghetto and my family. That's not how you presented it, Courtney, so stop. Then they gave Drew the battery. They put the battery pack in Drew, but Drew wasn't ready to carry out the mission. So Marlo got absolutely pissed at her. Marlo lost her stuff because Drew couldn't carry out the mission. Okay? Oh, y'all said I could play for 39 seconds. Well, I hope I didn't get dinged. I don't know how many seconds I did. But, Drew couldn't carry out the mission. Yeah, Courtney was moonwalking. Come on, Sheila. She was moonwalking. Okay? So Drew couldn't carry out the mission. Marlo gets pissed, and Kandi kept her cool. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about the situation at the restaurant. I don't know how many times y'all got to hear me say I'm not going to talk about it. And y'all could bring it up 39 times over and over. I'm not talking about it. Period. Okay? And then Courtney, didn't know what to do. And then Marlo didn't know what to do. She was all up in Drew's face. And Drew was like, what happened? Okay, so your cousin got pow-powed and he's no longer here. My condolences, but what does that have to do with this situation right here? I'm going to start at the bottom. In my opinion, what are your thoughts on those particular scenes?
First of all, Courtney is like she is because she got a friend like Marlo that put that battery in her back and told her, you got to say something. Let me tell you something. Courtney, you can go. Okay, just pack your bags and go. I think Drew did the right thing by, taking those 43 seconds because those 43 seconds led to a collab with Candiace Dillard-Bassett, and that song is fire.
Okay, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is. That's right. In my opinion, you are correct. So do you think though that Courtney, if she showed us more of who she was with this company, her daughter, her jewelry line, and not have went for Kandi, we would have liked her?
I think if she had came in and been, genuine, trying to get to know everybody and not listening to Marlo, because Marlo definitely set her on that course. Her and Sheree talked to her, gave her this pep talk and said, you got to call her out. That's how you get in here. You got to call her out. And let me tell you something, Marlo can't call nobody out. So I don't know how she giving advice. But yeah, she should have came in here and tried to make genuine relationships for herself.
She did. She should. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
I don't want to see her back next season. I don't like her. I think I agree with, in my opinion, I think she should have went her own route and did a different route. She should have done it by herself. It shouldn't have went by the other people. She should have. I think this was her first season. If it ain't, you can correct me. But I don't want to see her back next season at all. I don't want to see her back next season.
Yeah. But do you think if she would have showed us her jewelry line and perhaps talk more about this female business that she's built with her partner, that we would have received her differently?
Yes, I do, Diva. I do 100%. She should have done it that way, but she didn't do it that way. She did it the way she was doing it, and I don't like her. I don't like the way she's doing
moving.
it.
Yeah,
I don't like the way she's moving. So she's got to go.
She gotta go.
She gotta
okay,
go.
I just thought of Honey, but I don't care for her on the show. Yeah, Latasha, I don't either. It's sad, but it seems like she got more to her, and she's not showing us that she's messing up. Juanita, what are your thoughts?
I think Courtney came in wrong. She came in trying to be a mean girl. And
Yes.
like I agree with everyone else. If she came in letting us see who she was, introducing us to her family and her business line, she would have been accepted more. And while she's calling Kandi ghetto, she's showing ghetto and ratchetness. And as far as Drew's song, I mean, they were talking about Drew just a few seconds, but hey, that little bit of spotlight is going to help her to move forward, so they can just sit down somewhere and shut up and stop
that part, I agree with that.
Drew and let her just go ahead and do her thing and be her best. Let's see, what was the other part?
Well, Courtney coming for Kandi and Marlo just losing her
Yeah. Now that was ridiculous, because the way Marlo was acting, she acted as if it just happened. I was thinking, as I looked it up online, and that's over a year ago or something like that. And she was acting like it just happened like last week or something like that. And that was just out of order. It was just out of order. But Drew handled it well. Drew was a little dingy anyway, but the funny what I laughed about was how she stood there and her mouth was like open, like, I just don't believe what happened. What? But Marlo, you just got your peach, and now you seem like you're about to lose it because you're losing fans. So
I hope she does lose it.
That's all I got to say about that.
I hope she does.
I hope
acting too. I hope she does. I hope she does. I don't want to see her back next season.
Yeah, she's acting too ratchet.
Yeah, she is, and I think she's losing her. I think she's feeling pressure to keep this peach, and she's
right.
losing. And the way you keep it is not to try to dig a hole to get somebody kicked off the show because you're mad about their salary.
And especially somebody who helped get you on the show.
That part.
Sorry, Dave, if you don't agree with me, but that's what I feel like.
You're fine. You're fine.
Hope she loses it.
Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
Did you guys see Dr. Heavenly?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I did. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. So first, Courtney, like I said, I think it's 3 episodes, y'all, like 3 episodes out of 20. I think we should give her, let's see how things go with her. Okay, as far as the last scene, which is like the most important scene. So this is the thing. I think you guys misunderstood everything Marlo was saying and everything that happened. So Marlo is upset, and she has said this repeatedly. She's upset that she feels as if all of the cast members do all the work and Kandi just sits back and doesn't put as much effort. Think of it as a school project, you guys. You're in a group. Y'all are going to do this presentation. All of y'all are working, but there's that one person who's doing nothing. And then come the day of the due date, they want to put their name up in front and act like they did something to get credit. That's the exact same way. This is an ensemble cast. Every single one of them has to give it 100%. And like I said earlier, you heard me, Diva. I said there's been multiple housewives who have gone through legal situations. None of them wanted to talk about it. Erica didn't want to talk about it for sure, especially since it involved her ex-husband. But people were demanding answers. So my thing is, this is something that happened inside your restaurant, which you have repeated, which you had a show based around. How are you going to expect us not to at least ask? And that's what Marlo is upset. Yeah. You're going to make us, put it under the rug. And not only that, the other women in the cast are too afraid to say anything. Now, why did Marlo?
But she can't talk about it because it is legal. She be held liable. So you want her to get.
I understand that.
Hold on, guys. Let Emmanuel finish. Go ahead.
I totally understand that, but at the end of the day, Kandi is given a contract every year. That contract is for her to be on a reality TV show that's based around her life, and that's something that happened in her life. So she has to at least say something, or they have to at least press her on something. Now, the last scene with Marlo, this is what she said, because she did a live afterwards. So this is what she was saying is that she was mad at Drew for saying incident instead of, S. So then Drew was the one that was like, well, saying the word S may sound a little insensitive. So then that's when Marlo said, if it would be sensitive to anyone, it would be me, who just lost my nephew due to that. And by the way, the text messages that they showed, I'm disgusted by Kandi. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my worst enemy. If my friend texts me and say, hey, my nephew who worked with you just died, and you say, oh, really? On a text message? That was I couldn't believe when I read that. That was horrible. And the fact that the guy worked for Kandi. And then another thing I wanted to also say, Kenya uses the word aggressive too much. She called Courtney aggressive when they were having that conversation, and Courtney wasn't even raising her voice. So, but as far as Marlo, that's what it is, you guys. She's tired of them having to put all the work, and Kandi gets the benefits, and she's the one that gets paid the most. Mm-hmm. Anyone would be upset about that.
Okay, so Emmanuel, let me just say this. Some people said, what happened to Marlo's house? She was building this mega mansion, and then all of a sudden she backed out. Can you talk about that a little bit more? So nobody's given 100% of every single part of their life. And somebody said, thank you. They said the comment, Kandi said what she said. She said what she needed to say about this pow, that is still a legal situation. And no, I'm not going to keep running my mouth about this because my business is not fake. My business is real. Okay. And yes, this is reality TV. Y'all know that the pow happened, but what we're not going to do is sit there and try to speculate and get details. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting slapped with lawsuit at the lawsuit. No, I'm not doing that. So I said I can't talk about it. And her husband, Todd, said it's a legal matter. Her husband said that. He said that right up there on the TV when they was testing out the food. So what y'all going to need to do is move to the next storyline now. And when I say me, I mean when Kandi giving more details about that situation, why does Marlo or anybody have to know? What is the big deal? Y'all know that something went down. Y'all know that my cousin got hurt. What else do y'all want to know? Y'all want me to sit here and try to tell you about the employee? I'm going to be breaking employment laws by sitting here telling you. And I think Kandi said too much when she said that this man came to work drunk and he had a pow. She said too much by saying that. Because you saying this man was drunk. How do you know the person was drunk? Did you take a breathalyzer test? So in my opinion, she said too much by saying that. Todd tried to do the right thing and said, we're not going to talk about it. She gets in her confessional and she ran her mouth because y'all put the pressure on her back. But see, nobody put no pressure on my back with no legal situation.
Yeah, and I get that 100%. But I do think there's a difference between you saying, you know what, guys, can't talk about it, versus trying to pretend like it never happened. Because, you know, we get upset that a lot of these storylines are manufactured. But then when there's something real, y'all don't want Kandi to talk about it or at least acknowledge it.
I hear you. I'm gonna come back.
If it was something that she could really talk about, I don't think Kandi would stray away from it. Out of all these women on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi has shared the most between her family, between her and Todd, between everything. Like, she shared enough. Even when she done went through this stuff with people calling her all kind of, people that was going to drug people and stuff like that. She's shown more than anybody on this show. We still don't know what Marlo do for a living. So if you're going to champion Marlo, then tell her we need to know what you're doing for a living. How you getting your coin, sis?
And where's the mansion? Why are you back out of the mansion? Charlene, thank you. Kandi has showed her life from season 2, from AJ and that whole situation, to Riley's father, to her problems with Todd, the mom, etc. Kandi has been an open book. Now y'all just want to rip her to shreds and act like she's not doing nothing because you got some jealous co-workers who want to try to pretend she's not giving up her life. Kandi has shown her whole life. and everybody else been pushing on the rug. Listen, I like Kenya, but let's hear about this divorce from Mark that's taken 10 years.
Can I say something, Diva?
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Kandi. When Kandi had her own show, I watched every episode of it all the way until the finale, and it really upset me when Bravo wouldn't renew it because I really liked that show, Kandi and the Gang. I'm always a big fan of Kandi, and of course I'm gonna back her all the way.
Kandi for the win. What happened to the kindness from Kandi for her former employee?
Yes.
What oh you talking about
the
Marlo,
nephew. Yeah.
nephew? I think Marlo was putting 20 on 10 with that situation. I think Marlo was doing the most. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Who did not get to speak about these last few scenes?
Many of us.
Okay, so let me go. I'll work my way from the top down so I know who. E, what are your thoughts on these? Oh, go ahead, Bray. Yes, so you can let you go. Go ahead, you can talk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say because y'all they done brought my medicine, so I ain't writing no more.
Okay.
Drew and her set with Candace. It was really, really nice. Drew has a beautiful voice. Drew, I just need you to get back in the studio. I want you to get a vocal coach, and I want you to get some breathing lessons because the more you learn, no, it's no shade, it's no tea, no shade. It's just I could tell that she was struggling with some of her notes because she hasn't done this in a while. So for what she did an amazing job. But I wanna see Drew be successful because she has a beautiful voice. So Drew, go ahead and get you a singing coach, get you a vocal coach. Go ahead and start doing your breathing exercises. Come on and get with me, girl. Come on, boo, let's do it. What else did we talk about, Diva? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And so yes, Drew does have a beautiful voice and we're rooting for her. Marlo is just losing her mind because she's so incredibly jealous over Kandi.
Marlo is tripping. Marlo is so unhappy in her own life that she is taking out all her anger and frustration on any and everybody that she can give it to, regarding the Kandi situation and the powing situation, my issue with her not talking about it is you're putting our community in jeopardy, honey. This is your business and you're held responsible when things happen like this. Who do the people look at when stuff happens? The business owner. You're the business owner. Who you may not have been there that day, but your staff allowed that man to come in intoxicated and he should have been sent home immediately. So what kind of managers are you having running your business? We seen OLG. I would have never ate there the way them people was people and not on time for work and paying people to jump the line and all this foolishness. I would have never put that on TV. No, you can't talk about you run the world and you a businesswoman, but then you got all this shady stuff going on in your no ma'am. I appreciate you that you have offered all of your life to us. But we got to have this conversation because now I don't know if I feel comfortable coming to Atlanta and coming to Blaze and eating at your restaurant because I don't know if your managers is going to make sure that I'm secure and safe. Are you going to have security at your restaurant? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to give Kandi no shade, but ma'am, you got to speak up and we got to have something to say because this is your business. This is a reflection of who? Kandi, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I love Kandi to death, but we needed to have the conversation. We needed to talk about it. I know it's a legal matter, but you could have said, what you needed to say without, getting legally in trouble. We had a situation at work. It was very unfortunate. I hated that it happened, and we're dealing with it. Period, point blank. But to just be like, it's personal, no, ma'am, we don't do personal. This reality TV, especially when you've been giving all of us for the past 14 years, how many ever years? Come on, keep giving it, ma'am. You getting top rated dollars up in here. No, ma'am, tell us what's going on. It ain't got to be all detailed and worked out and everything. We had an incident at the office, at the job. We're taking care of it. I still want y'all to come and support me. I just feel like she could have smoothed it over way better than what she did, in my opinion. That's just what I feel. And then, for Marlo to just go off on
Drew.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much. For Marlo to go off on Drew the way she did, I mean, Marlo needs to be in a mental institute with a straitjacket on, because you unstable, boo. You go stumping outside, hollering and screaming. How old are we? 5? Grow the hell up. What is wrong with you? You got 2 boys that you are supposed to be raising. This the example that you setting for them. I understand that you lost your nephew. Hell, I'm sitting up in this hospital and I'm ready to get the hell up out of here. But you don't see me going off and acting a fool and doing all this stuff. No, ma'am. Grow up, mature, learn how to use your words, and learn how to talk like a grown adult. Just because somebody don't give you the answer that you want, don't give you the permission to end the scene and close out everything. You ain't running nothing up in here, ma'am. Sit your hips down. Let's find out where your money come from. Let's find out, what else you doing around here that we don't know about. Don't be trying to jump on Kandi. No, ma'am. When you open up about your full story in life, then you can say something. But for me personally, I would have liked Kandi to clear it up for us, because it was worldwide news, as she loves to say. She worldwide, and we heard about it around the world. So we need a public world statement to clear up what's going on your TV show.
Roy, you took me
really
about the hips.
That part.
I hadn't heard that since my grandmama in a long time. Sit your hips down somewhere.
Yeah, sit your hips down somewhere and get your mind right.
Wait, Royer, you said Marlo needs to use her words. Did she threaten to headbutt Drew? Maybe I missed that. Did she do that? Did she threaten to drag her?
Don't get caught up with Emmanuel. Don't get caught up with
she got all up in Drew's face though, like she was finna hit that girl. Okay, it was aggressive.
At the end of the day, either way, it was inappropriate the way that she was talking to Drew. It was not necessary.
It was.
Drew just got off the stage. She invited you to her performance. This was a night to celebrate Drew. And this how you act, I would never invite you to nothing else, because where's the support? I just had a high night for myself. This is the first time that I have sang in umpteenth years, and I did a beautiful job, I feel like. And this how you gonna end it? Hollering and screaming, and you don't get it. That's my. Girl, grow up. Grow up. Get some maturity. Stop all this hollering and yelling and screaming. You supposed to be in the therapy and in the family counseling.
She ain't in therapy. That's a life coach.
But that's what they showing us on the TV. So if you're going to show us on the TV that, you need to put your work in action, or you need to get off this television. I'm just right about sick of Marlo and her nasty ass stank attitude. Go on somewhere with that. Go away from me with this, Apollo.
Listen, Sheila said Kandi even shared that she used a surrogate to have her second baby.
And that's my point. If you can talk about that, you can.
And you feel better, Rory. Don't you quit fussing and you feel better now.
I'm praying that you feel better soon. Yeah.
Don't be up there busting no stitches and nothing.
Love you, Rory.
I love y'all. I'm gonna drop down.
Love you, Roy. Get better. Get
Bye.
better.
Love you, Roy.
Yeah.
Take care.
So, E, what are your thoughts?
Okay, let's talk about the talent show. So Monyetta, Kandi, and Kenya, they all three look beautiful. Sonia, Latoya Hutchinson, and Courtney were all just looking, no substance, not cute at all, just looking and talking about Kandi per usual. But when we got into the amateur night, let me say this, I don't want to see Candace on Atlanta anymore. I'm not a fan of this crossover attempt But Kandi clocked it and said, Candice came out in that blonde wig and that leotard. And Kandi said this was inspired by Beyonce. I was so not a fan of that. We just spent a whole Potomac reunion talking about colorism, right? So, Candice, your behavior diminishes your message. That wasn't a good representation of dark-skinned Black women with kinky curly hair coming out and blowing the stage away. Come on, that beautiful brown complexion, knock it off. On Potomac, Candice comes through with the fashions. I would say she's arguably one of the best dressed on the cast. She has her natural curly hair texture, absolutely beautiful. And she has that raspy, unique singing tone. That's what I wanted to see. But she stripped it all away to come out and appear as the same light-skinned women she gave the middle finger to at the reunion. That was Giselle's hair. And that was Robin's dance moves. Come on, be original. Knock it off.
No, I do agree with you. Hold on 1 second, E. I'm gonna let you finish. Trent, thank you for the super chat. She called him drunk to mischaracterize him because her cousin played a role in the incident. Mel, the felon, confronting his subordinates, trying to be intimidating. Yeah, I do. I will agree. There's more to that story, and that's another reason why they need to shut up, because this can lead to some serious consequences. But go ahead, E. Thanks for the super chat, Trent. Go ahead, E.
So then they paying to Drew in the confessionals, and she had the unmitigated gall to say Candy's not going to be the only one with the Grammy. Well, who else is going to get one? Kenya? Because I know Drew didn't think that those 43 seconds were worthy of a Grammy. Come on, you're opening up for an artist who wasn't even invited to the Grammys. Come on, Drew, not today. And 30,000 streams on YouTube is good for people who are not already critically acclaimed. Drew is coming from the game, and she's on RHOA. RHOA last season averaged 800,000 viewers each episode on average. So as a peach holder, you're 1/6 of the headlining bill. Drew should have been able to easily stream 133,000 copies of that single, because that single is good. Drew sounds amazing on that. I like that song. So it's no reason that she should have only gotten 30,000 streams. If you want people to buy your products, then you have to pour into your craft and stop pouring into that empty marriage and getting nothing in return. Divest. The last part, when we went backstage, and this crazy mouth Courtney wanted to backpedal and kitty pop, talking about she's from the hood, in order to justify why she talks so badly about Candy's fans being from the hood. Courtney's tone was so elitist, and it was very derogatory. And Kandi cleared it. You should never look down on people who come from the same place as you come from. Boom. TKO, Kandi 2, Courtney 0. Courtney, go home. Tired of Courtney. And the last thing, then, when those airstrikes didn't land, okay, Marlo wanted to sick Drew onto Kandi. And when that failed, Marlo turned on Drew and Kandi both over her nephew's life being taken away. Now, listen, all of that, just because Kandi didn't want to talk about the pow pow at Blaze, was absurd. That was absurd. So here we go. The almighty Kandi strikes again. I tell you, no one woman should have all this power, because how is it Candy's fault that your nephew got into this argument with his roommate and lost his life just because he lived in Atlanta and he worked at the restaurant? How is that Candy's responsibility to provide security and life support? Listen, no one, when you lose someone, it's horrible. It's a horrible event to talk about, and it's unfortunate for sure. But Marlo, I feel, this is just my opinion. Marlo is using that nephew. She needed camera time. That was just a part of her storyline. Just like Ralph was using JoJo to sell books about being a stepfather, and he wasn't really a stepfather. Those three women, Sheree, Marlo, and Courtney, they blame Kandi for everything. We're talking about Category 5 hurricanes, Xfinity internet outages, and the gas prices going up. If anything doesn't go according to plan, it's Candy's fault. And I'm shocked they didn't blame Kandi for the Wendy Williams show getting canceled, the way they give this woman this much power, right? Because she's so connected and all. This is craziness to me.
Exactly.
Can I say something, Diva?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Why would they blame Kandi for the Wendy Williams show getting canceled? That don't make any sense.
Because the way Marlo made it
It's
seem
a
as if
joke.
Kandi had a role in the
What
unaliving
what
of her.
E is saying is that everything is being blamed on Kandi. They want to blame her because they claim she's not giving enough to the show. They want to blame her because of this. They want to blame her because of that. Like E said, it's unfortunate what happened to your nephew. And because we don't even know how long he worked at Candy's restaurant. But again, the way she was talking, I got a little confused. I'm like, well, okay, did this happen at Candy's restaurant? But it did not. So why is it that Marlo, she just wanted to have a scene? And what she really was mad at, she was mad because she felt like everybody was going to chime in and try to make and force Kandi talk about this situation. And Drew got nervous. And she backed down and she backed out. And
But
when
it
she
ain't
but
it ain't Kandi.
Marlo got pissed. Go ahead.
But it ain't Candi's fault though. I mean, Kandi can't control that.
No, she cannot at all. Radiance, did you get to speak on these scenes?
No. Okay, so to the Sheree spokesperson from earlier, that says Sheree is winning. She's on 2 different shows, 2 different days. No, Sheree's
Yes, I said
past due on her bills at Chateau Sheree, so she needs to make as many appearances as she can. Okay, because she is living beyond her means. The scene with Kenya, and she was in her boss girl mode. I love that, but I don't like the way they're trying to make her look like the villain, catching her in a snappy moment with her assistant and the person on the phone. They just edited it down to get that moment, and they could have used another softer moment of Kenya. Far as Drew, I enjoyed the performance. She was featured, so I feel like it was fine. Her husband bought her flowers. I mean, he brought them, but I felt like Drew paid for them and, just had him hold them. So we'll give him his moment, his little TV moment. We'll give him that. Marlo, I'm not sure what Marlo wants from Kandi because it happened over a year ago. If it really meant something to you, you was on Housewives last year. Why didn't we hear about it then? This is our first time hearing about another nephew. We only heard about the nephews that live with you. So I feel like everybody else, she made it sound like it was so recent. But when we saw the messages with Kandi, it was like, oh, he worked there. It was past 6 months ago. So, if he wasn't there for 90 days, you're not considered a real employee. So it's not like he got hurt on site on one of Candy's restaurant. He just used to work there, and it probably wasn't even a long time. So she wants acknowledgement from Kandi, and people say she should have sent flowers, this and that. Candy's a boss. She's the owner. She's not at the restaurants mopping floors, hands down, clean the floors with toothbrush. She's not doing that. She hires staff for that. So she's not going to know. And she have hundreds to thousands of employees across all her different businesses because she is worldwide. She doesn't have the opportunity to get to know each one-on-one. So what do you want the girl to do? Y'all already saying that she don't spend enough time with her family and then y'all not getting a real story from RHOA. Well, she can't. What's going to split some time up with Marlo and her family? She can't do that. Kandi is giving her all, but nobody seems to be acknowledge that and to take it. And Marlo going off on Drew, it's like, girl, you want a moment so bad, and it's like it's like you were forcing Drew to acknowledge something that nobody didn't even have proof that happened. We didn't know his name. Was it on Instagram? Like, what was this moment when it actually happened that you reached out to the world to let them know of it? So it was just giving false narrative to me. And I'm not saying it didn't happen, but now it's over a year ago. Now you blowing up. Now you upset about it. It's just misplaced for me.
Yeah, you know what? It is definitely misplaced anger. But here's the thing where she's falling short with trying to be a Nene, Marlo. See, Nene wouldn't have needed anybody to pull it out for her. Nene would have did it herself. So even if she would have put the battery pack in Drew and Drew didn't carry through the moment, Nene would have finished it herself versus getting pissed at somebody else for not doing it. She would have just said, Kandi, do. And then Kandi would have did what she did and they would have got into it. So Marlo, stop punking out. You say it, but you wanted somebody else to bring it up. And then you want to break the fourth wall by pretty much saying, oh, okay, I'm out because nobody wants to deal with this. Go ahead, E. What was you going to say?
She don't want to go toe to toe with Kandi because she saw the way that worked out last year. And then Andy had to try to gaslight the viewers at the reunion and say, oh no, she had a hard life and she's a victim of circumstance and yada yada yada. So she don't want to do that. So this is why they brought Courtney on. Courtney is supposed to be the one, she's doing the dummy mission. Okay, because Sheree and Marlo know if they go against Kandi, they're going to lose, even if they combine forces. So they need a outside person, and Courtney took the mouse bait, and she's trying to go for the big cheese. And every week she's losing. What did I tell you? Kandi 2, Courtney 0. Courtney, go home.
Diva, you need to. If you have time, please watch the live that Marlo did because she explains it and you'll understand why she was triggered, y'all. She was triggered that happened to her nephew and that there was a pow and Kandi not acknowledging it in that moment.
That's what therapy is for, so you don't get triggered like this.
Well,
she needs
but
therapy.
not everyone goes to therapy.
And that was a year or so ago.
Yeah, that's
no, that happened 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. That triggered it because it made her remember of Kandi not acknowledging it. Because why aren't y'all talking about the way Kandi responded when Marlo told her? Because Kandi was like, "Yeah,
Marlo
I know
was
him."
trying to get her some spotlight.
What was she supposed to say? I'm trying to figure out what you want her to say. She said she was sorry for him losing his life. Like, what do you now? I'm feeling like the same thing I was feeling with Marlo. What was Kandi supposed to do? Was she supposed to break down and cry because one of her employees got killed by his roommate? Like, what was she supposed to do? She said she was sorry.
But her initial response wasn't, "I'm sorry." The initial response was like, "Oh, really?"
That's not true.
Yes, it
We
is.
saw the text messages.
We saw the text messages.
Okay, wait, hold on one second, guys. So, Emmanuel, hold on one second. It's her with this Fendi on, with it in pink?
Yes.
Everybody's phone on.
We're on live. Talk to my Hamptons. Who all on here? Oh my God, watch what happens live. Come on in 4 minutes. I'm gonna have to talk fast, y'all. I'm gonna talk. Hey Hamptons, what's going on? Oh, I got this phone on my hair looking up. Ooh. Hey guys, who's out there? Hey Hamptons. Listen, y'all, real quick before Watch What Happened Live, come on, y'all got to definitely go there and tune in because I'm on tonight with Jordan. So real quick, I know y'all like, what the hell is going on with Marlo? Why was she yelling at Drew? So just to clear this stuff up, do y'all remember, and let's get on here and not be biased. Hear me out. I'm going to just tell y'all where I'm coming from, and I'm going to let y'all get your notebook, pens. Hi, Tight Newt. You're going to know where I'm coming from. You're going to listen. So y'all remember last week when Kandi and Todd was at our Blaze? And do y'all remember when our producer stepped in and said, hey, we're not going to address the elephant in the room? Remember when her nephew came in with the cast on? Y'all remember that, right? Okay. So now let's go back to this week's episode. So we're all in the winery in the back. There was another episode. There was another elephant in the room. The producer said, hey, there's an elephant in the room. None of y'all gonna bring it up? Y'all, every single person was scared to bring it up. And Drew, I give her props. She was the only one that had courage to bring it up. But when she brought it up, Drew said, y'all can really tell if you look at it. The incident that happened, girl, this was on the news. There was a shooting at Candy's restaurant, Blaze. It was on the news. But poor Drew was so scared. And she was the only one with enough courage to say, and I mean, when I tell y'all, Kenya, everybody looked at that girl like, if you don't be quiet, this is Queen Kandi. We don't talk about anything negative that happens to her. So that triggered me, y'all. It really did. It took me back to where my nephew, who used to work with Kandi, who used to work for Kandi at Old Lady Gang, he got shot and killed. I called Kandi, reached out to Kandi, told her about it. And to me, I didn't get the acknowledgement I wanted from her. She didn't acknowledge it. Then, as you see, I went into her home a day or two later, and she had as if I never even texted her about it. So to me, it's all about the acknowledgement. It's about, if it was Marlo, let me tell you this, it had been Marlo. I get it. I get incident sounds better than shooting. But don't you think defending myself sounds better than me stabbing somebody or cutting somebody? I'm confused. But this is my friend now. This is my friend who tried to get me a TV show. This is my friend who referred me to an agent. This is my friend. So if I call you and tell you my blood nephew, my sister's firstborn, was shot and murdered, that used to work for you. He didn't work for you 10 years ago. He just worked for you. His death has been 2 years now, but he was still working for you less than 5 or 6 months ago. And you're not going to say, girl, I'm going to send flowers. I'm sorry to hear that, sis. Let me send a platter from Old Lady Gang. Let me reach out to your sister. Come on. How do you not acknowledge that? So do y'all get where I'm coming from? So any questions you have, ask. Because I want y'all to really be clear on why I was yelling. That shit triggered me. It triggered me to where here we go again. We sit here. If it's anything negative with Kandi, it cannot be discussed. It won't be discussed. But let it be something negative with Marlo, it's going to be discussed. It's no way in hell if this would have happened at La Archive. If Kandi nephew worked at La Archive and there was a shooting at La Archive, but they said, oh, the incident that happened at La Archive, y'all know that they would have been negative with me. So it is what it is. So I can't make y'all change out the way you feel. I don't know how you feel. I just want y'all to know. And that's why I yelled at Drew. Wait, is that somebody at my door? Okay. So you check and see if it's somebody there. So that's just where I'm coming from there. I'm not going to stay on too long, but I wanted y'all just to understand that. It's just what's good for the goose is good for the geese. And at the end of the day, what someone said on here, I'm very sorry that happened to you and your family. Thank you. Why are you bringing it up now? Why am I bringing it up now? Because y'all listen. The only reason I'm bringing it up now is because Drew brought it up. Drew said incident was a trigger. Her nephew shot at one of her restaurants. My nephew that used to work at Old Lady Gang shot. Not at her restaurant. Now, my nephew was not shot at her restaurant. Let's be clear. But
Again, that does. Let me tell you something. I'm still not trying to figure out what she want this lady to do. So you mad because she didn't send some flowers?
Yeah, because they were friends at the time.
Oh, that's a hot mess.
Oh God! When do former employers care about former employees?
The difference is she was friends with Marlo.
She said, "I'm sorry." That's all she needed to say. What did you guys want her to do? Not walk on her feet and
They want her to cut off her wrist and give it to him. Just here, have my body. You know, like I'm sorry.
So for me, this didn't change anything. You said that Marlo was supposed to be triggered. Yeah, she looked real triggered sitting in her Fendi crop blazer, sipping on her champagne. It's giving death over me. She said, I didn't get the acknowledgement I wanted. She didn't say Kandi didn't acknowledge it. Kandi acknowledged it. She said, I didn't get what I wanted. And she said, all the things that she named off is just like, in my opinion, said, these are materialistic things. She wanted money and flowers. Kandi is the only one on the cast who sends your nephews who live with you $500 on their birthday. She's the only one who acknowledges your nephew's birthday. And Marlo said that last season. She said nobody else checks on her and the boys. She also said Kandi tried to get her a show, and I saw on Speak On It, Kandi says, I even had my agent send bookings her way when she wasn't getting jobs so that she could get money. And so now you want to throw her under the bus just when the cameras come on, because if the person passed away 2 years ago, why didn't you bring it up last season? You're bringing it up now because your attempt to attack Kandi last season didn't work. So now you said, let me be underhanded. Let me try to get you another way and play on Black people's sympathy for their nephews. And this is where that I can cry and be the victim and make Kandi look like the bad guy. But you don't mention all of the things that Kandi has. I'm not buying it. This changes nothing. Marlo, go ahead.
And if she talking about being truthful, where she get all those designer clothes? How's she making her money? How's she paying for her mansion? Now, if she want everything to be told, well, let's get real. Talk about your life and what you're doing. How you making your money.
That
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, 8-11, not 7. They want Kandi to give, and give, and give, and give, and give, and give. Then they turn and give her their butt to kiss. Get out of here. Trent, you team Marlo. Marlo is a whole hot mess.
Thank you, Trent.
That live meant nothing. They telling you to stay strong, Emmanuel. That live meant nothing. Get out of here, girl. What are you talking about? Oh, it triggered me. It triggered you when Drew brought it up, even though you told her to bring it up.
Exactly.
Because you told her to say pow pow. If pow pow triggers you and Drew called it an incident, why would you tell her no? Say what it is. Say what it is. Shooting. You the one want to say the word, but yet it triggers you. Girl, I'm seeing right through you. Stop.
No, she said what triggered her was the not acknowledging it, not the word. It was Kandi not acknowledging
in
it.
that live.
No, she said what triggered her. Right. She said what triggered her was because Drew didn't say the word. Drew said incident. And she wanted Drew to say exactly what happened.
See that? We're confused about what triggered Marlo because Marlo is unsure about what triggered her.
Because nothing triggered her. That's exactly right. And you would think that by Drew not saying the word, that wouldn't trigger her. You would think Marlo would be more triggered by saying the real word pow pow instead of saying incident. So what Marlo is saying doesn't make any sense because she already has an agenda and she tried to slide it in any way she could. But see, Marlo lacks the intelligence to land her plane without getting caught. She can't throw rocks and hide her hands because she's not smart enough to hide her hands correctly. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wholeheartedly 100%. But Emmanuel, I appreciate you for bringing me to her page so that you can help us prove our point that she's full of it. But I will say this. Full of it, I do want to say this. She hands down, she looked good on Watch What Happens Live. I love the dress. I love the way she put the whole look together. I loved it a lot. Okay. So she looked good on Watch What Happens with Live with Andy. I mean, from the head to the toe, the hair, the face, the makeup, the outfit, the everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, full of it. She needs to stop and get her whole situation together because it's not a good look. It's spitting out, it is screaming jealousy. And that's a point blank in the period. So we're going to close this thing out. Unless somebody has something pressing they need to say. I want to go
I would like
around.
to say something real quick.
Go ahead. Of course, Sebastian. Yes.
Okay, I want to address when I said I could care less about Marlo's nephew being unalive. I did not mean as if like I didn't care that the person's unalive. I mean as if this situation was not necessary for the show. I could care less. That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. If it was really that important to Marlo, she could have clearly mentioned this last season, but no, she didn't. She could have mentioned it instead of talking about Todd not doing anything for Kandi or stuff like that last season. But no, that's not what she did. She wanted to try to be messy, and the way she said it made it seem as if it had a correlation to OLG or Blaze. And I know some people are going to say, oh, they don't feel safe about going to OLG or Blaze. Well, trust me, right now, our country is going through a time where there's a lot of G violence at this moment. Yes. Anywhere you walk, you probably couldn't care to be. You probably aren't safe anywhere you walk at this moment.
Yes. Yes. Diva, I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Because Sebastian hit the nail on the head. And I said this last week. If people are this concerned about their safety, come on, we're gearing up for campaign season. We're getting ready to go into the primaries. People are announcing their candidacy for the president. Make sure you get out and vote. Make sure we get the right person to run for each particular party. Don't be afraid to vote independent. Come on. And also, before you go around the final thing, I want to talk about, because I didn't get to speak on when Drew, what's the woman's name? When Big Mouth Courtney went over to Drew's house. And I didn't like that she brought that man. She called him the daughter's father. That girl is 24 years old. What is he coming for? Like, what's going on here? She said that they weren't together. I was so perplexed as to why she thought that was.
Oh, what you wearing tomorrow? I'm sorry.
I was so perplexed as to why she did that, and that confirmed for me that she'll do anything to get on television. I don't care if she had to hold hands with Ron DeSantis to get on the
She said
Housewives.
she co-parenting.
That girl is 24 years old. Come
I
on.
think she turned 25. I think she turned 25. But yeah, you are. That's facts. But we're gonna go around and close this thing out, and our closeout is a simple yes or no. In my opinion, does Courtney stay or go? Are we giving her another chance, or what are your thoughts?
Baby, Courtney been checked out. Okay, she gone.
You're done with Courtney, okay? Dustin, Courtney, you like her? You want to give her more opportunity? Does she stay or go?
She goes. She goes.
Okay, we got two that Courtney is out the building. Emmanuel, Courtney, stay or go?
She can stay.
Okay, we got two no's and one yes. Does Courtney stay or go?
She came in aggressive. She's very aggressive. She's gonna make this a toxic work environment, a very hostile work environment. She can go.
Yes.
We got three no's and one yes. Juanita, stay or go for Courtney?
Definitely bye-bye.
Woo, we got four goals and one stay. Radiance, Courtney.
Adios, amiga.
Oh my God.
Hallelujah.
We got 5 goals and 1 stay. E.
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you and take Sheree and Tanya and Marlo with you. Bye.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. Listen, court is adjourned. I'm sorry, Courtney Rose. I mean, you had an amazing opportunity to show your jewelry line, to show this brand marketing business that you had. But you know what? Now I'm suspect about your business because you didn't even market your own self correctly. So, Courtney, the jury the verdict is in, and they say you got to go. Emmanuel is willing to give you another opportunity because he said it is 20 episodes, and we're only at what, episode 3 or 4? But
3.
The 3. The people have spoken, Courtney, and they want to be done with you. I'm sorry because your daughter's absolutely beautiful. I would have loved to see your jewelry line and perhaps see you work this business that is all female empowerment, but they don't want you. I'm sorry, Courtney. Bye. Listen, guys.
Goodbye. Good riddance. I say goodbye, Courtney. Good riddance.
Goodbye, Courtney. Good riddance. Now, listen, guys. Thank you for being here. This was a great recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tomorrow, I will be recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville. So join me tomorrow night. Don't forget to hit that like button.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button if you snuck on this train. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Choo,
Have
choo.
a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, David.